effect of vibrations to mobile phones, Twitter, Facebook, and all that?
Silence and
Shunyata.
shunyata, same.
Is it?
No,
No.
never.
Okay.
I think like a mosquito, no voice, silence, except there some noise of their sort of wing. Otherwise, I don't think any voice.
But in any case,
So we people, you see, deep sleep, complete silence, and complete relax, or sort of rest, silence. They're not thinking about shunyata.
is silence necessary for shunyata?
No. Again, motivation. Yes, silent meditation there. In Hodip, now since 75, we carry some kind of, 4 methods in order to promote religious harmony. First, meeting with scholars from different traditions. Discuss what's the differences, what is similarity. When differences, of course, there are, then we must discuss what's the purpose of these philosophy. As I mentioned earlier, the concept of creator. Purpose is to bring compassion, love. Non-creator, law of causality. Also, you see, the purpose is to strengthening the concept of compassion, like that. Then second, meeting with practitioner, exchange their deeper spiritual experiences. Very important. My own case, after I met late Thomas Merton, Catholic kasa, Benedictine, right? Oh, I think in perhaps early 70 maybe, just before his certain death in Thailand. So really, to me, he was really introducer of Christian value, and particularly Catholicism and the Catholic monks' value. So the experienced practitioner meeting, very, very helpful to get deeper understanding. Third, like Assisi meeting, in millions of public eye, that kind of sort of meeting with spiritual leaders, very, very powerful sort of message. Then fourth, that actually Bishop Tutu had. That is, you see, like a tsunami. Then, sort of also from different religious traditions come together, work together, serving sort of also the tragic sort of people like that. So since then, I start 79. So, or then another thing, pilgrimage with group people. So since 75, I started that practice from Sarnath. At that day, in Sarnath, first I visit one church, the second, mosque, the third, Hindu temple, and then, of course, Buddhist temple, and one Gurdwara. So Gurdwara last. So we already tired. So the prasad. Oh, very delicious. So you see, people from different faith together, go together at these different holy places. Then prayer, difficult. So silent meditation. That kind of silent is meditation, truly silent meditation.
What does Twitter and mobiles and Facebook do?
Kasa, mobile and Facebook.
To meditation. mobile phones and
That's
Twitter,
very useful.
social media,
That's very useful.
Facebook.
Oh, this part of modernization. Very good. I never used that. One time, I received one telephone call from America. Actually, President Bush. After I got some sick, so he telephoned me. So usually I do not they use that. So when after I hear his voice, and when I answer, that phone put here. So my secretary laughing, not necessary. Come here. I felt, you see, old way, you see, hearing and then talking like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Now I think last question. Now, please. Oh, then okay. One. Only one now. Only one. Now no time.
Sir, this is about meditation. When you're meditating, what do you do when you're highly overcome with negative emotions? What do you do when you're highly overcome with negative emotions when you're meditating?
Gom jawa kaula nyomong shuk chimbu ki ma susu nendi yuna ani tabki khari yunas.
그 가서 시합이고. 간다 세상 년부터는 전에 세상 그 이미디기야 되 뭔가 저거래서.
And we have been in fact discussing about that. For example, when you are developing hatred, we said that hatred or anger arises because of unhappiness of mind. So you need to stop unhappiness of mind.
But how do you stop
So
it?
initial stage, we can deal much easier. One fully develop anger, attachment, then difficult.
Yeah, but when you're meditating, certain. Sorry. Okay. All right. I still not found my answer. When you're meditating and when the emotions become much stronger, it's something from the past comes up, and then how do you negate it? How do you become calmer again? Sorry?
Louder.
Oh, okay. It's like when you're meditating and some of your past events come up and you become very negatively emotional, it becomes very difficult to handle that and still continue with the meditation. At that point in time, how do you handle it?
So as I mentioned earlier, time, mental change, mental development, time factor is very crucial. Just on the level of knowledge will not affect. Just remember that knowledge, that awareness will not affect. You need more constant thinking and familiarize. As I mentioned yesterday, there are 3 levels of awareness. One, from hearing awareness through hearing. Then second level, awareness through contemplation. That is more stronger. That brings conviction. That also is not much effect. So third level of awareness, the through experience. Now that level, then real effect on emotion come. So take time.
Okay.
Make more effort.
Okay.
Month by month, year by year, decade by decade.
Okay.
That's the only way.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now last.
Thanks for giving me an opportunity to ask you a question, His Holiness. I just wanted to ask you, the Nagarjuna who taught us about Shunyata and the Nagarjuna who told us about Rasa Shastra, are these both the same or they are different? The Nagarjuna who told us about Shunyata and the Nagarjuna who told us about Rasa Shastra, chemistry.
We believe same.
They both are
Some
same.
people say different.
Because I have learned that he lived up to 600 years. So I just wanted to
Not
know.
only Nagarjuna, but Chantakirti, also some people say, one Chantakirti wrote Tantriyana, and Chantakirti who wrote the Kasati, Madhyamaka Avatara must be different. So the main reason in Buddhism, no tantric practice. So if that logic goes, then we must accept two Shantarakshita. And again, two Kasachuti, Choji, Adisha Dibamkara. Then, so I think the other day I mentioned one respected great scholar, Sanskrit scholar. After he saw one page, write down on palm leaf, the Sanskrit style. You see, he found exactly 100% the same. Because of the person who wrote 400 verses, and that person, the style, exactly same. Since then, he believed the same Arya Deva who wrote 400 verses and as well as a Tantrayana text, like that. Okay. Yes?
Sing one. Can I sing one line? Just in front of His Holiness? Just one line. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, on behalf of my grandparents who were here the first time you came and my father who was here the last 2 times, all of us here, we really thank you from the bottom of our heart for coming here, for teaching us, for blessing us. We are absolutely honored and privileged that you spent time with us for the last few days. We are privileged that you stayed with us. We thank you deeply and we hope you will come again soon. I want to thank all your colleagues, your friends, your staff, the police, everybody has been so sweet, so gentle, so wonderful. It has been a pleasure working with them. I want to thank our Karma Yeshe Yenchin for setting up the entire beautiful Tibet exhibition and everything that has happened here. I want to thank Aspi and I want to thank Supriya particularly for putting this thing together. I want to thank our student volunteers. I want to thank the cook. I want to thank everybody. I'm not naming everybody quickly, but I want to thank everybody who's made this happen. And Anita, especially, because we were sitting next to each other in the teachings at the Taj Mansingh, and we talked about this. It was her idea, actually, and I really thank her for making this happen here. Thank you so much.
So, as I just mentioned, you see, transformation about our emotion take time, not easy. So we need constant effort. The transformation of our emotion, not like a modern automatic machine. It takes time and need effort. In order to carry effort, we need conviction. In order to develop conviction, analyze thoroughly. Then you get real conviction. Or someone says so, and some kind of awareness on that base, because of relying on someone else's word, not very sound. Another person say different, then you get doubt. Through thoroughly analyze, then some awareness, you see, some certain level of awareness come. Then different people say different views. Then that person feel, oh no, I thoroughly analyze, thoroughly examine. This is true. So that's very, very important. So therefore, just short lecture won't help much. So please, you yourself, think more. If possible, daily think. So only sacrifices, you should sacrifice nightclub so that you can sleep earlier. Then next morning should get a bit earlier. Then think these things. The morning, our brain more fresh. Some people before breakfast may be fresher. Some people after breakfast may be better. So that's up to you. So like that. So the point is, if you have some interest, genuine interest, then you should not limit. You see, these ideas simply there. You see, because of that, I asked organizer, you see, that these text should print. That means you can read daily basis even. So therefore, now those people who have some interest, then effort must be continued, year by year. Then some change come. So my own case, I think I may say, from my childhood, my mind quite sharp. But you see, my practice now over nearly now 70 years, I made effort. Then gradually some experience. So then you, no question, you need a lot of effort.
On behalf of Nalanda Shiksha, Your Holiness, let me please extend an extreme thank you for coming here and sharing 4 days of wonderful wisdom with us. I also thank Samir Bhaiya. He gives me too much credit for having the idea. Having the idea is easy. The work is very difficult. That was done by Aspi, Supriya, Aditi, Mr. Sundarajan. More important, the sponsors. Without you, we couldn't have these teachings. So, and all the other volunteers, we thank them from the bottom of our heart. Let us end with an invocation from Shanti Deva. This is His Holiness's most favorite invocation. I'll do it in Sanskrit. Akashasya stitihi yavat yavachha jagataha stitihi tavan mama stiti bhuya jagadukhani nitnityaha. As long as space remains, as long as the world remains, may I too remain to dispel the sufferings of this world.
फोटोग्राफ देख यहाँ पे देखिए